Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. All being well, this video will be going up on Tuesday. I'm in my dressing gown as usual today because it's super cold, so please don't mind that. And please excuse my voice as well. I'm just not feeling good. I haven't been well now for a couple of weeks, and I know my regular viewers are probably tired of hearing it, but it's just part of my life, unfortunately. But today's video is a happy one. It's a collaboration with Lisa over at Lollipop Box Club. I've marked this video as an ad purely because I am one of her creative team members. But I reached out to Lisa and asked if she wanted to do like a little Disney collaboration this month. I'm not actually obligated to share the kits on my YouTube channel, but just to cover myself, I've marked it as an ad anyway because I do receive these kits for free. But yeah, we're going to do a little scrap along with us collaboration today, so I will make sure to leave the link to Lisa's channel or to her particular video in the description box. And today I want to scrap a photo from my most recent Disney trip, which was to Disneyland Paris back in July of 2019. It's actually been a really long time since I've been in a Disney park now, but I am going to Walt Disney World for the first time next month, so I'll have lots more photos to scrap then. But I'm using the January Follow Your Heart kit, and I have done a little bit of prep ahead of time because I know that these chat with me, scrap with me videos can get quite long, so I've cut a few bits of paper in advance, and I've trimmed down the postcard that came in the kit and the photo that I want to scrap today. And the idea of the video was just that we were going to share a Disney memory or a Disney story whilst we create. So that's what I'm going to do. The first thing that I want to do though is to adhere these bits of paper down, and then I'm going to do a little bit of watercolouring, I think. Just another note as well, I know I said I'm not feeling very well, but part of the issue is that according to some blood tests I've just had, I'm very anemic. So my heart rate is quite high at the moment, and therefore I can't really breathe. So doing a chatty video like this might be a bit difficult for me because I'm getting out of breath quite quickly. So I'm sorry if I have to pause or take a minute because I can't breathe, but that's just life at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm just going to use double-sided tape to adhere these bits down, and then I think I might do a bit of watercolour on this page. So one of my favourite things to do is to tear my pattern paper or cardstock. I do it quite a lot. I don't know why, I just really like the effect that it gives. I think it adds a bit of texture with, you know, the white fluffiness that you get if you tear the paper towards you. I just really enjoy it. And the reason I'm adhering this down before I do my watercolouring is that the watercolour will probably warp the paper a bit, and then after the paper has started to warp, it'll be quite difficult to adhere these bits on straight and without the paper going all crumply beneath them, so I figured I would try adhering these down first. Right, there we go. So I've already made a little layout on the page after this one, so I'm not going to do any watercolour on this side because I don't want to affect the page underneath, but I haven't done anything on this side yet, so I might just do a little bit of watercolour on this page, and then fill this page with like the journaling and everything for the actual photo. So I have this water brush pen, I can't remember where it's from, it's Prima, which I'm going to use for my watercolouring, and I've got a bit of kitchen roll here to dab it off on. What should we go with? Should we go with pink because we've got pink here? I probably should have dug out my pastels Prima watercolours. I do have them somewhere, they're in my Rascog cart I think, but I just use quite a lot of water. This is a We Are Memory Keepers Traveller's Notebook insert, And these ones with the plain paper, the newer ones that they've released, have actually got quite thick paper in these days. I think they cottoned on that people were using them for creative journaling and that they needed to make the paper thicker because people were using paints and whatnot. So yeah, they're actually a lot better than they were for watercolouring, which is nice. I don't use watercolours very often. I'm not someone who is good at watercolouring. I literally just slap some paint and water on the page and call it done. Should we add a bit of blue because there's blue in there? I don't know. But yeah, so I suppose I should go back to telling you the story behind the photo that I'm scrapbooking, because that was the point of this video. But this is the photo that I'm scrapbooking. It was taken at Plaza Gardens in Disneyland Paris on my most recent trip with my mum, and it's of me and Tigger. So this is actually a spare photo. I had meant to print it in black and white because, as you can see, the colours aren't very good. Unfortunately, Plaza Gardens is just, it's got terrible lighting, so it's like impossible to get nice pictures in there. But I loved the photo, so I meant to print it in black and white and accidentally didn't. I printed it sort of as it already was. And I didn't want it to go to waste. I don't like wasting photo paper. So I decided to make it the focus of this page, and I thought it was a nice match for this month's kit because the name of the kit is Follow Your Heart. And you know, adults in Disney parks get a bit of a bad rap, or a bad rep even, you know, the whole childless millennial thing. And there's a lot of, you know, Disney's for kids, why are you going to Disney, it's for children, why are you going back to Disney, you only went a couple of months ago, sort of thing. And especially because I discovered the Disney parks as an adult. I had never been as a child. You know, my family weren't in the position to take us, and I don't think it would have been something that my parents were particularly interested in doing anyway. Because I don't have that, like, childhood Disney experience to blame it on, so to speak, people do think it's super weird that I go to the Disney parks as an adult. But I just feel like this photo totally sums up why I go to the Disney parks. I just look so happy in it, and it was such a lovely trip with my mum, celebrating the fact that she was in remission from cancer, celebrating the fact that I was so much better after my Crohn's relapse. Unfortunately, I'm back in that same position again, but you know, at the time I was well, and I just think it's such a lovely, happy photo, and it just really reminded me of this Follow Your Heart kit, because you have to do what makes you happy, and I feel like that, for me, is going to the Disney parks and travelling in general, so I just thought it would be a nice photo to document. Obviously, the photo doesn't really match the kit because it's very orangey toned. Obviously we've got Tigger, but also it was just very dark in Plaza Gardens. So what I've done is I've trimmed down the postcard that came in the kit, and I'm going to make sort of like a flip up here, I think, with the photo adhered to the back, and I'm going to have it opening up like that, I think, as like a little tip in, and just have my journaling over these pages and a bit of embellishment and things. So I think that'll be quite nice. Might add a little tab there so that people know you can flip it out. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. So I'm just going to use my heat gun quickly to try and dry this off a bit so I can get cracking with the rest of it. And I'm just going to put some clips here to try and stop that page from warping too much. As you can see, this is why I adhered that cardstock down. So before I create the tip in, I'm going to try and build up some of these embellishment spots. So I want to go back and check the date of when this all happened and maybe stamp the date into this little thing here. And because this is a collaboration with Lisa, I'm going to try and follow her lead a little bit and stop thinking so much about where everything needs to go, because when I watch Lisa's videos I always admire the fact that she just picks something up and puts it there and she's like, yep, that's fine. Whereas I often agonize over every decision I make, and it's part of the reason that I find it so difficult to put spreads together, I think. Obviously I want to try and find something that's going to look nice, but it doesn't need to take me like 50 years, you know. So I've got a circle here, so it might be nice to bring another one up here, and I could even stamp the date there and put a little tiny word sticker in that one or something, or maybe even something like that, or layer these up. See, I've just said that I'm going to not agonize over it so much, and I'm already can't decide where I'm going to put stuff. I do want to bring some blue in, because obviously there is blue in the kit. That's quite cute. Okay, so I'm going to be brave and I'm going to just adhere that stuff down for now, and then maybe add some in afterwards as well. Probably going to use double-sided tape for this again, just because that page is a little bit warped now. Okay, so that's all of those bits adhered down. So we didn't get a washi in this month's kit, so I'm going to need to find one that fits the theme so that I can adhere that to the side as like a tip in. Tempted to go for this black and white one because there's some black font, and then we've got the heart print over here, and this is like a monochrome heart print, so I might just go with that. So what I tend to do, I need to adhere these together first of all. There we go. So what I tend to do when I'm creating a tip in is adhere them together, and then I use double-sided tape first of all to stick them down, and then I put the washi tape over the top of that, if that makes sense. So I need to decide exactly where I want it to go. Probably about there. Now this is going to be a little bit trickier than normal because of the warping from the watercolour. I possibly should have done this step first of all. But what I do is I take the double-sided tape and I stick half onto the card that I'm using, and then I have half hanging off the back. Then I line up the edge of my card. Just need to find that spot again that I wanted to have it in. So once it's in the right position, it's at the right height, I line it up with the edge of the page. And I fold that double-sided tape over. Now, as I said, this is quite difficult this time because of the warping of the page. Yeah, it hasn't really worked there. So let's try and get that into the right place. So then I stretch it out like that. I peel it off. And I am just going to stick this washi over this for now, and what will probably happen is I will put some cardstock here, so that will further reinforce this spine, if that makes sense. It's difficult to explain what I mean without having another page here ready to show you, but if I've watercoloured on one page, I normally then adhere a piece of pattern paper to that one to create my next journal page on. Here we go, so I'm just sticking that washi on top of the double-sided tape. So it's like a double reinforcement for that page. And then I do the same thing on this side. Sorry about that, my camera cut out, but I was basically saying the reason this is lifting so much at the moment is because of this warped paper. But what I do every time I finish a journal page, I sort of straighten the page out as much as I can, close the journal, and then I use these clips to keep it closed until the next time I want to use the journal, and what that does is it flattens it all out again. So by the time I come to journal next, the pages are much more flat. But yeah, right now that doesn't really bother me. I kind of like the texture of it actually. So yeah, that's my little photo in there, and I kind of want to add a few bits to it perhaps to fill up these gaps and to like cover up these people maybe. So these are the stickers from Mrs. Brimble's that are in this month's kit. And yeah, I can just use them to cover up some people. I guess that seems a bit mean, but I kind of just want the focus to be on me and Tigger in the picture. Perfect. Just trim that off there. And what can I add into this circle? I could put some of these. I could do my favourite. And remember this maybe? Because those are certainly both accurate sentiments for this picture and this story. So there we go, I've added a little something there. And then what I want to do, because I've got this washi tape down this side, I want to add a little bit into this top corner here, which is where I will be doing the majority of my journaling. So yeah, I just want to add a bit up here to carry that pattern up. And obviously this washi was not in the kit, like I said, but everything else that I've used today was in the kit. My shaky hands are making it difficult for me to trim anything. Do I want to add some more of these embellishments up there, perhaps? Might be cute. Don't know, maybe just the arrow. Oh, have I put that on the wrong way around? Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter, does it? This is my journal, it doesn't really matter. I think it's meant to go the other way, but oh well. And yeah, I think in terms of embellishment, I will probably call that done. I might use a few more of these little stickers. Maybe I love this in there. And then I will stamp my date. I did want to use this blue tag somewhere. I could put it in there, but I'm not really sure like what its purpose would be now. Maybe I'll save it for another project, I'm not sure. I think it'll be fine without it once I've got all my journaling in place, so I'll save that for another day. I believe this was the 27th of July, so, oh no, maybe 26th. So I will go ahead and stamp that. So I'm going to stamp the date up here where I've got that nice blank space. And yeah, I'm going to call this one done for the video. I really hope you enjoyed this. Do make sure to go and check out Lisa's business, the Lollipop Box Club. It's well worth a look. The kits are really versatile. You can do lots with them. I've used them in my planners, my journals, my creative journals, my scrapbooks. They're very versatile and they're definitely worth a look. I really hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.